Okay, now just a small part of the chapter is remaining. We were discussing about the common type of cells which are used in our day-to-day life. So, isme some of the cells which we had talked about was starting with dry cell, also called Lagrange cell. It was a primary galvanic cell. Now, galvanic cells can be of two types. Primary are those which are non-rechargeable, non-renewable, and secondary are those which can be recharged or renewed. तो ये ड्राई सेल या लेक्लांच सेल जो है, this is a primary galvanic cell. So mainly in all the types of galvanic cells, you are supposed to remember the construction, the reaction at the anode and the cathode, and the net reaction. So based on that, understanding of the reactions would be easy. So dry cell के बाद we move to the lead storage battery and lead accumulator, which is a secondary galvanic cell. This is normally the type of battery which is used in cars. तो इसमें दो कॉन्सेप्ट्स है, दैट इज द कंस्ट्रक्शन व्हिच वी ऑब्जर्व वाज ड्यूरिंग डिस्चार्जिंग, उसके रिएक्शंस जो भी हमने लिखे हैं, चार्जिंग के टाइम पे गैल्वेनिक इलेक्ट्रोलाइटिक सेल में बदल जाएगा and the cell reactions will be reversed. Anode and cathode will also get reversed in terms of polarity. Don't switch off the camera, please. Everyone.
So I'm on my phone. Oh, that's it.
So my internet is a bit laggy.
Okay. Then we have the NiCad or the nickel cadmium cell. This is also a secondary cell. Generally, जो digichems में पहले use करते थे, they were nickel cadmium cells. And now we move to the mercury battery. A mercury battery is also a secondary galvanic cell. मतलब this can be recharged. Secondary galvanic cell. Now ये mercury battery जो है, it is actually better named as zinc mercury battery. Zinc mercury battery, because here zinc and mercury are used in the form of amalgam. Metals when dissolved in mercury and when they form a solution, that's called amalgam. ये zinc Hg battery भी बोला जा सकता है. Now once I write zinc mercury battery, which would be cathode and which would be anode? How do you decide? Sorry? कैसे डिसाइड करेंगे?
So the EMF
Voice is
series.
too low, Josefa. On the basis of EMF series. So with respect to SHE, where is zinc placed and mercury placed?
So zinc is below SHE and Hg is above SHE.
Perfect. And once you know the position of the electrodes, how do you decide the cathode and anode?
So Zn will undergo oxidation, and Hg will undergo reduction.
Perfect. और जहाँ पे reduction होगा, that will behave as the
Cathode.
cathode. In short, I have given the rule that ऊपर वाला will be cathode and नीचे वाला will be anode. The reason is simple. The electrode which is placed above has a higher SRP, tendency to undergo reduction, and that's why selected as the cathode. And नीचे वाले का lower SRP होगा, tendency to undergo oxidation is high, and that's why it will be behaving as anode. So now let's see the reaction. So सबसे पहले the reaction at the anode. Now here also the alkaline medium is used as the electrolyte. So I can say this is the zinc mercury battery in alkaline medium. In alkaline medium acting as the electrolyte. तो आपने देखा है the advantage of the alkaline medium is large. That is why mostly जो ये secondary galvanic cells बनाए जाते हैं, they are made on the basis of the alkaline media used as the electrolyte. Now let's look at the reaction. So here zinc at the anode undergoes oxidation by losing 2 electrons to form
So Zn2 plus.
Zn2 plus, but here it reacts with the alkaline OH negative. So the ratio in which they react is 1:2. तो अब यहाँ पर the zinc ion is actually converted into its oxide, which is solid, and there is loss of the water. If you look at this reaction, it's exactly similar to a reaction which we have seen earlier.
So in PB,
In
sir, PB, lead.
PB, nahi. PB में we had not used alkaline media, Huzefa.
So it
Sorry,
was called
the
Duracell
alkaline
wala.
batteries.
Dry cell, और उसमें जो modified वाला था, alkaline वाला.
So the Duracell one.
Yeah, the Duracell one. Perfect. See, look at this. Alkaline dry cell, look at the reaction at the anode. It's exactly identical. Zinc was the anode undergoing oxidation with alkaline media in the ratio 1:2. Zinc was converted to oxide and there was loss of water. Now this water was consumed by कौन consume कर रहा है?
So the cathode MnO2.
MnO2. NO2 was converted to Mn2O3 and the OH minus was regenerated. Got it?
Yes.
तो अब यहाँ पर जिंक का रिएक्शन तो एग्जैक्टली सेम है. अब आगे कॉन्सेप्चुअली द नेक्स्ट रिएक्शन इज एट कैथोड. सो कैथोड पे देयर इज द अमालगेटेड मर्क्यूरी. सो दिस मर्क्यूरी combines with the water which was formed in the first step and it gains the 2 electron. ठीक है. So अब यहाँ पर the mercury is actually in the form of the oxide. Sorry, mercury is in the form of the oxide. तो अब यहाँ पर mercury and the oxygen and hydrogen combines to give you the. अच्छा, tell me at the cathode what happens?
So
So reduction.
Reduction. Now if you look at the oxidation state of mercury, what is that?
+2.
Plus.
And if it undergoes reduction, what it will form?
So
+1.
Hg.
+1 is not that stable. It will be converted into the mercury neutral. And what is remaining now?
So hydrogen.
How many?
So 2 and oxygen 2. So 2 OH.
Correct. So whenever there is H2O2 and there is gain of 2 electron, there will be regeneration of the electrolyte, which is alkaline media, which is used. So basically यहाँ पर reaction का concept अगर देखोगे तो same ही है. The water which is produced in the half cell reaction at anode is immediately consumed in the another half reaction at the cathode. The OH minus which is used in the reaction is basically getting regenerated. तो अगर मैं net reaction लिखूं तो common things can be cancelled out. So 2OH minus which is consumed and produced is actually acting as catalyst, and the water which is first produced and then consumed would be acting as intermediate, and जो electrons lost है वो तो gain होना ही है for the redox to be balanced. खत्म. अब simple reaction क्या देख रहे हो? The zinc solid reacts with the HgO, which should be solid. The zinc solid reacts with the mercury solid. The zinc is oxidized into its oxide and the mercuric ion is reduced to the mercury. That's it. Simple.
Yeah.
ठीक है. तो सेल रिएक्शंस अब कोरिलेट करो जहां पर सिमिलैरिटी है. ट्राई टू रिमेंबर द सिमिलैरिटी विद व्हाट सेल इज देयर. If you remember that, the reactions are quite easy to recollect and remember. Now the next cell. This is a very important variation of the galvanic cell. They are called fuel cells. Now fuel cells का फंडा क्या है? So in the fuel cells, the fuel is basically undergoing combustion, and the energy which is released in the combustion reaction is actually converted into electrical energy. Now combustion reaction से generally जो electricity produce करते हैं, that type of electrical energy is generated in thermal power plants. Yes or no?
Yes.
बट अगर मैं थर्मल पावर प्लांट्स की बात करूं तो द थर्मल पावर प्लांट्स रिक्वायर अ वेरी ह्यूज अमाउंट ऑफ स्पेस फॉर इट सेटअप. Plus, the efficiency which we obtain from the thermal power plants is not that high. Matlab, if you are supplying 100% of the fuel, then somewhere around 50 to 60% of the energy is generated. बाकी सारे losses में जाते हैं in the form of heat losses or any other type of losses. मतलब the efficiency is never more than 60%. बराबर. तो अब यहाँ
Yes.
पर थर्मल पावर प्लांट से जो इलेक्ट्रिसिटी को जनरेट करने का कॉन्सेप्ट है, दैट इज कन्वर्टेड इनटू अ स्मॉलर सेटअप ऑफ गैल्वेनिक सेल wherein the fuel will be undergoing the combustion, and with that energy we will be converting into electrical energy. अब इससे एडवांटेज क्या है? सबसे पहला एडवांटेज, there is no direct interaction of the fuel and the oxygen. थर्मल पावर प्लांट्स में फ्यूल का कंबशन जब करते हैं तो डायरेक्ट कांटेक्ट में लाना जरूरी है. यस और नो? मतलब
Yes.
मान लो थर्मल पावर प्लांट्स में वी आर यूजिंग सम फ्यूल लाइक हाइड्रोजन, मिथेनॉल और एनी अदर हाइड्रोकार्बन और इट्स डिराइव्ड कंपाउंड. So that fuel undergoes the combustion and it mainly produces the products as CO2 and H2O. And such reactions are highly exothermic. The energy which is released is converted into electrical energy. That's what the funda is, right? तो
Yes.
थर्मल पावर प्लांट्स में फ्यूल को ऑक्सीजन के साथ डायरेक्ट कॉम्बिनेशन में लाना होता है ना. अगर ये फ्यूल जो है इनफ्लेमेबल है या फिर इट्स एक्सप्लोसिव इन नेचर, then it's very difficult to use the fuel under non-controlled conditions. बराबर? Do you agree?
Yes.
तो हाइड्रोजन एंड ऑक्सीजन का अगर हमें थर्मल पावर प्लांट में कंबशन करना है तो बहुत डिफिकल्ट हो जाता है, बिकॉज हाइड्रोजन इज हाईली इनफ्लेमेबल एंड एक्सप्लोसिव. तो यहाँ पर ये वाला जो रिएक्शन है, इसी को अगर हम गैल्वेनिक सेल में करें तो there is no direct contact between hydrogen and oxygen which is required. Because galvanic cell में क्या होगा, just think about it. Hydrogen would be considered as the anode and oxygen would be considered as the cathode, again based on EMF series. Now if hydrogen is anode, it will undergo
So oxidation,
oxidation to form.
water, and it will give out electrons.
नहीं, H2 will not form water. Oxygen किधर है? H2 only will undergo oxidation to form.
Hydrogen gas, sorry. Oxygen will give out.
नहीं.
H plus ions.
H plus ions. मैं क्या पूछ रहा हूँ, हाइड्रोजन जब ऑक्सीडाइज करेगा, H2 when undergoes oxidation, it will form H plus ions. Do you agree?
Yes, sir, sorry, I got confused. Yeah.
And O2 जो है, that on reduction will give
So, which one?
now. हाँ, if you recollect in the electrolytic cells when oxygen का मैंने reaction बताया था, तो I had said that this oxygen will always be in association with the water, and based on that it will be able to convert into hydroxide. Oxygen oxide नहीं बनाएगा, oxygen hydroxide बनाएगा. अब just understand the scenario. H2 is giving you H plus, oxygen is giving you OH minus. Now the H plus and the OH minus in the medium will combine to give
Water.
water. So is there any direct combination between hydrogen and oxygen which is taking place?
No, sir.
That's the biggest advantage of using the fuel cell as galvanic cells. Understood the concept?
Yes, sir.
Perfect. Now let's look at the arrangement. So the hydrogen oxygen fuel cell consists of a big compartment which is divided into three parts. On one of the side, there is an inlet for the input of the hydrogen gas, and that inlet will be serving as anode, जहां पर होगा अपना oxidation. Then at the other side, there is another inlet for the oxygen gas, and that will serve as the cathode or the positive electrode. Middle compartment is consisting of the electrolyte, which is again an alkaline medium, that is KOH. तो बहुत ही simple construction है, एक बड़ा सा compartment है, wherein one of the inlet is having hydrogen acting as anode, another inlet is having oxygen acting as cathode, and in the middle compartment there is the electrolyte which is used as alkaline media, and there is one outlet for the for the water which is going to get produced. तो जो पानी बनने वाला है वो बेसिकली यहाँ से आउटपुट के फॉर्म में निकल जाएगा. ठीक है, अब रिएक्शन देखते हैं. रिएक्शंस में एट एनोड, एनोड पे कौन?
Hydrogen.
हाइड्रोजन. So the H2 will lose electron to form
H plus.
H plus. यहाँ पर overall 2 moles of hydrogen are consumed at anode. So there will be loss of
4 electrons.
H2 loses 2 electron, so 2H2 loses 4 electron to form
4H
plus.
plus.
4H plus. Now these 4H plus ions will combine with the OH minus ions, which is used as the electrolyte. Basically H2 H plus में convert होगा, फिर ये H plus OH minus के साथ combine होगा. Yes or no? These are all porous partition. Porous partition मतलब जहां पर ions एक दूसरे के साथ combine हो सकते हैं, right? Understood?
Yes, sir.
So 2H2 loses 4 electron to give 4H plus. 4H plus in turn is combining with 4OH negative and it's producing 4H2O. Water produce हो गया. Now if I write the net reaction at the anode, the H plus will be acting as the intermediate, and overall reaction में क्या हो रहा है? The 2H2 is actually combining with the OH negative, thereby producing 4 moles of water along with the loss of 4 electrons. Now these electrons will migrate towards the cathode and will undergo
Reduction.
reduction. Now cathode पे there is oxygen gas, and that oxygen gas will combine with the 2 moles of water जो already produce हुआ है, along with the gain of 4 electron. Now this is a half reaction which we have already discussed in the electrolytic cells. Do you agree with that?
Yes, sir. Will
तो
form
यहाँ
4
पर
OH minus.
overall 4 OH minus aqueous बन जाएगा. Now if I just add up the two reactions at the cathode and anode, just look at the beauty. So what is going to get cancelled here?
So H2
How many?
and 4OH minus.
H2O में भी 4 H2O यहाँ पर है, and there are 2 H2O over here. So net कितना होगा?
So 2H2 and 4E will get cancelled and 4OH minus will get cancelled.
Correct. 4 electron cancel, 4 OH minus cancelled. So overall reaction में the hydrogen from the anode is indirectly, understand the word, indirectly combining with oxygen at the cathode, and thereby it is producing 2H2O. Understood?
Yes.
Very important, in the fuel cells there is no direct combination between the fuel and the oxygen, thereby it is actually very safe to use in many of the appliances, many of the processes. Correct? The fuel is in one compartment, the oxygen or the oxidizer is in another compartment, and बीच वाले compartment में एक electrolyte medium रख दिया है. अब ions एक दूसरे के साथ combine हो रहे हैं, and thereby there is an indirect combination between the fuel and the oxygen, thereby producing the required amount of electricity. और यहाँ पर जो E0 है fuel cell का, that is calculated to be 1.23 volt. And obviously the calculation is based on the electrode potentials as given in the EMF series. right?
Yes, sir.
Now look at the few important points. So advantages of fuel cells. The reacting substances are continuously supplied to the electrodes. अब यहाँ पर जो हाइड्रोजन ऑक्सीजन फ्यूल सेल है या कोई भी टाइप के फ्यूल सेल्स जो होते हैं उसमें जो इनलेट है और दो इनलेट्स जो है फॉर द एनोड एंड कैथोड दे आर कंटिन्यूअसली सप्लाइड. मतलब till the time the supply of the fuel and the oxidizer is there, the fuel cell will run continuously. So unlike conventional galvanic cells, fuel cells do not have to be discarded on consuming of chemicals. ऐसा नहीं कि हाइड्रोजन और ऑक्सीजन खत्म हो गया तो फ्यूल सेल डेड हो गया. हम कंटिन्यूअसली हाइड्रोजन और ऑक्सीजन को सप्लाई करते रहेंगे. जब तक उसका सप्लाई रहेगा तब तक द फ्यूल सेल विल कंटिन्यूअसली कीप ऑन रनिंग. So that is the first advantage, very important. They are non-polluting as the only reaction product is water. हाइड्रोजन और ऑक्सीजन इनडायरेक्टली कंबाइन करके वाटर दे रहे हैं और जो वाटर प्रोड्यूस हो रहा है वो भी हम ये फ्यूल सेल को ऑपरेट करते हैं at a high temperature such that the water which is formed gets evaporated and that evaporated water is actually condensed and it is taken out in the form of pure water. ये फ्यूल सेल को यूज किया गया था इन द अपोलो स्पेसक्राफ्ट. तो अपोलो स्पेसक्राफ्ट में जब ये यूज किया गया था तो देयर इट वाज वेरी सक्सेसफुली यूज्ड एंड द वाटर व्हिच वाज produced as a byproduct was also used for the drinking purposes. Fuel cells provide electricity with an efficiency of about 70%, which is twice as large when compared with efficiency of thermal plants. So thermal plants, the efficiency, I said 50 to 60%, it is just about 40%. तो 35 to 40% है उसके सामने इसकी जो efficiency है that is very much high, that is 70%, twice as large when compared with the efficiency of thermal plants. So this is a very, very important advantage of the fuel cells over thermal plants. But drawback क्या है? H2 gas is hazardous to handle and the cost of preparing hydrogen is high. तो fuel cell में जरूरी नहीं है कि हम हाइड्रोजन को ही फ्यूल की तरह यूज करें. We can replace this with many other fuels. जैसे fuel cells are nowadays used in the cell phones and laptop computers. ठीक है, तो इसका रिसर्च अभी भी चालू है रिगार्डिंग द सेफ्टी ऑफ फ्यूल सेल्स टू बी यूज्ड इन सच अप्लायंसेस. द सेल प्रपोज्ड फॉर यूज इन दीज प्रोडक्ट्स इज डायरेक्ट मिथेनॉल फ्यूल सेल, DMFC बोलते हैं, डायरेक्ट मिथेनॉल फ्यूल सेल. मिथेनॉल हाइड्रोजन के कंपैरिजन में बहुत सेफ है टू हैंडल एंड दैट इज व्हाई ऐसे अप्लायंसेस में यानी फोन्स और लैपटॉप कंप्यूटर्स में दे कुड बी यूज्ड. And they are very efficient in the near future when they will be produced and used. Definitely their success is going to be very high. Applications kya hai? The fuel cells are used on experimental basis in automobiles. अपने इंडिया में तो ये अभी तक यूज नहीं हुआ है, but if you have heard about the hydrogen fuel cells or hydrogen oxygen fuel cell, in many of the countries they are already being used in the form of cells or batteries in automobiles, right? Electric buses, electric cars, ये सब जो manufacture हो रहे हैं उनमें fuel cells are used on a large scale. The fuel cells are used for electrical power in the space program. जैसे मैंने बोला अपोलो स्पेसक्राफ्ट में ये यूज किया गया था first. In spacecrafts, the fuel cell is operated at such a high temperature that the water evaporates at the same rate as it is formed. जैसे बना वैसे evaporate हो गया. Vapor is condensed and pure water formed is used for drinking purposes by astronauts. And in future, fuel cells can possibly be explored as power generators in hospitals, hotels, and homes. Regular power generation में ये fuel cells को हम large scale पे use कर सकते हैं. तो इसका success जब होगा तो definitely it's going to be really a big, you can say, invention in the form of galvanic cells. to be used on a large scale. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
So these are the common types of galvanic cells in the syllabus. 4 ही है आपके syllabus में. First, dry cell या Lakelange cell हमने देखा, which was a primary galvanic cell. Then the lead accumulator, the Nikat cell, and the hydrogen oxygen fuel cell. बस ये चारों में इंपॉर्टेंट क्या है, कंस्ट्रक्शन को समझो, एनोड कौन है, कैथोड कौन है वो समझो, एनोड पे रिएक्शन क्या हो रहा है, कैथोड पे रिएक्शन क्या हो रहा है, practice them and you are through with this preparation for the galvanic cells. Got it?
Yes.
Okay. इसके बाद वाला पार्ट जो है टेक्स्ट बुक में, दैट वाज इलेक्ट्रोकेमिकल सीरीज, जो मैंने पहले ही डिस्कस कर दिया है इन डिटेल with all the applications. I hope you all remember that.
Yes.
तो एक बार फिर से quickly I will summarize because this is another important part of the chapter. Without this, anode cathode का selection and the other important aspects can't be understood. So EMF series basically is a series of electrodes or half cells arranged in the decreasing order of decreasing
So
order of
reduction
what?
potential.
Very good. Standard reduction potential, yani SRPs. So EMF series is a series of electrodes or half cells arranged in the decreasing order of SRP. The reference for the EMF series is taken as
Hydrogen. SH.
hydrogen under standard condition called SHE, standard hydrogen electrode, which has an EMF arbitrarily decided as
0.
0. So above SHE, the SRP values are going to be
Positive.
positive, and positive SRP matlab these electrodes will have a higher tendency to undergo
Reduction and be good oxidizing agents.
and will be selected as
The cathode.
ऊपर वाला cathode. So positive SRP matlab tendency to undergo reduction, so will behave as oxidizing agent, and in the galvanic cell it will be selected as cathode. Same lines pe below SHE we have negative SRP. Negative SRP is equivalent to
Oxidation.
positive SOP, because SRP and SOP for a half cell is equal in magnitude but opposite in sign. Matlab here it will have a higher tendency to undergo oxidation, will behave as
So
reducing agent, and will be selected as anode. तो ये बेसिक आपको EMF सीरीज के लिए ध्यान रखना है, और मैंने तो आपको कुछ इंपॉर्टेंट हाफ सेल या इलेक्ट्रोड्स भी दिए हैं which you can remember in a sequence. जैसे SHA के नीचे, can someone remember the mnemonic given below SHE?
So PB was the first one.
lead के बाद tin, so latin, nicocad, FCZA, MNC, कली हो गया, latin, PBSN हो गया, फिर nicocad is nickel, cobalt, cadmium, उसके बाद FCZA is iron, chromium, zinc, aluminium, MNC is magnesium, sodium, calcium, and kali is potassium and lithium. खत्म. और ऊपर की तरफ इंपॉर्टेंटली वी हैव फ्लोरीन, क्लोरीन, ब्रोमीन, आयोडीन, आयोडीन के ऊपर Ag और नीचे Cu. बस that is the entire sequence which is important to be remembered. तो एप्लीकेशंस की अगर बात करें तो फर्स्ट एप्लीकेशन, based on the SRP value we can identify in the galvanic cell which will be the cathode and which will be the anode. Second, based on the SRP values we will be able to determine the strength of the oxidizing or the reducing agent. जैसे मान लो 4 इलेक्ट्रोड्स दिए हैं A, B, या फिर मैं नाम ही लिख लेता हूं. Let's say I have zinc electrode, aluminium, lead, Copper. Now, if I ask the strength of the oxidizing agent, which will come first?
So copper.
Copper. Because with respect to SHE, copper is ऊपर. उसके बाद second कौन आएगा?
Lead.
Lead. Then
Zinc and
Zinc.
aluminium.
FCZA के हिसाब से जिंक एंड एल्यूमिनियम. मतलब अगर ये इलेक्ट्रोड्स आपको दिए हैं एंड ऑक्सीडाइजिंग पावर पूछा है तो 1 विल बी ग्रेटर देन 2, greater than 3, greater than 4. And if the reducing power is asked,
So then it will be opposite. So aluminium
Opposite.
first.
that's it. ये हो गए अपने 2 क्वेश्चन सॉल्व. ठीक है, क्लियर. Then thirdly, if we know the SRP values of the electrodes, then we will be able to determine the EMF of the cell. And the cell EMF is calculated as what minus what?
So cathode minus anode.
Cathode minus anode. Cathode minus anode. ठीक है. अब ये जो E naught है, if it is positive, then the cell is considered to be
Spontaneous.
spontaneous. मतलब the selection of the cathode and anode is correct. But अगर ये E naught of the cell negative आता है, इसका मतलब the cell is non-spontaneous. और उसको further verify करने के लिए we can convert this EMF into a thermodynamic property. What was that?
So the Gibbs
Gibbs free energy.
Gives free energy. And what was the formula?
So negative NFE.
Negative NF E naught of the cell. ठीक है. So if the E naught is positive, then the delta G naught will be
Negative.
delta G.
negative. And this is the condition for spontaneity of a galvanic cell. The E naught has to be positive or the delta G naught has to be negative. Clear?
Yes.
So these are all the important applications associated with the EMF or the electrochemical series with their important applications. So with this, we are done with electrochemistry. It's a big chapter, but the main part in the initial is the numericals. जैसे starting of the chapter में we have the numericals based on conductivity, molar conductivity, Paul-Roche law. Second part में we have the numericals based on Faraday's first law and second law. Third part में we have the numericals based on Nernst equation. And fourth part में the thermodynamic parameter Gibbs free energy based numericals है. यानी अगर numericals को categorize करोगे तो 4 category of numericals है इसमें. ठीक है. Any doubt in any of the numericals which are given in the assignment?
No.
So actually, in one of the questions, the answer was wrong. So I'll just
Corrections हो
bring the
सकते हैं.
book.
Sorry?
So I had a doubt in a concept in one of the numericals. So in that, so once again, I'll just yeah, so question 47, and the numerical was so the 7th one.
Help me with the page number.
So 203 of the digest. 204, sorry.
Yeah. 204.
So that
Which one?
CR, so that CR207 thing, how do we come to know that it requires 6 moles of electrons? Like, how's the
You have to just see
calculation?
the oxidation state. See, in the dichromate, Cr2O7 negative. What is the oxidation state of chromium?
So 6 plus.
6 plus. And in the reduction, it changes to chromic ion, which is +3. How much is the change in oxidation state?
3.
3. Now that 3 is for one chromium atom. And how
Okay, got
many
it.
chromium do you see in the left? It's 2. So when you multiply
Yes.
by 2, there will be total 6
6
electrons.
more.
And जो भी oxygen है, that would be converted into water. But वो नहीं
Yes,
बोला है
yes.
आपको. So 6 electrons, 6 Faraday कैसे आया? उसका concept simple है. It's a change in oxidation state multiplied by number of atoms undergoing the change.
Okay, got it.
Yes, anything else? So there is a lot given in the digest, but whatever questions I'm giving, just you have to go through them. उतने ही मार्क करके रखो और उतने ही आपके एग्जामिनेशन टाइम पे रेफर करो. Nothing else is required. Acha, I'm not giving the do you know or use your brain power related assignment. Those questions by default you have to cover for all the chapters because वो textbook based question है तो वो आने के chances बहुत ज़्यादा है. Textbook based, use your brain power, do you know वाला part and the textual questions. ये तीन तो bare minimum करना ही है for the boards. Apart from that कुछ और भी practice के लिए करना पड़ेगा because if something else is asked from apart from the textual questions, then you should be able to understand them. So what I have done is whatever questions I've given, they are covering the topics and the type of the questions which can be asked from the topic. बाकी में क्या है in the digest many of the things are repeated, so they are not to be done. Okay.
So in question 7 only, the B part is entirely wrong.
203.
Yes, sir.
.08 mole conversion of MnO4 minus 2 to Mn2 plus. Oxidation state MnO4 2 negative is manganate ion with an oxidation state of
So it will be +6.
+6. So there will be
Loss of 4 electrons.
loss, nahi, gain.
A gain of 4 electrons.
Gain of 4 electron. So for 1 mole of MnO4 2 negative, the charge or the electricity required is 4 Faraday. So they have given 0.08 mole. तो इसके लिए कितना होगा? It is direct 0.32 Faraday. अच्छा. Now either there is a mistake in the question or there is a mistake in the solution. What I assume is there is a correction in the question itself. Anyways, अगर ये दिया है तो 0.32 Faraday होगा. But basically the reduction is mainly for the permanganate ion because permanganate ions are used as good oxidizing agent जैसे dichromate का होता है. The actual question में permanganate ही होना चाहिए. With that, if there is +7 oxidation state of manganese, there will be gain of 5 electron. Once again, for 1 mole of permanganate 5 Faraday लग रहा है तो 0.08 moles के लिए कितना? So that's why the answer will be 4 Faraday. You can do the correction in the question itself. Definitely question में गड़बड़ है.
So what is
Okay.
the correction?
The correction is MnO4 -2 नहीं है, only minus है. -2 becomes manganate and minus is permanganate. We have seen in D block, no?
Yes, yes. Good.
हाँ. तो ऑक्सीडेशन स्टेट का चेंज आ जाएगा. अगर आप मैंगनेट लेते हो तो 4 Faraday होगा. If there is permanganate, it will be 5 Faraday. So based on that, there will be change.
So but they've given
0.0.
minus only over here. -1
Sorry?
only. Sorry,
No,
in
in
the
the
question they
question,
haven't given. So in the
हाँ,
solution they've
question,
given -1.
yeah, solution is correct. Question में 2 minus को minus करो. 2 को cancel करना है. It's MnO4 minus to Mn2 plus. Got it?
Yes.
Hmm. Yes, anything else? Deep?
No, sir.
Okay. So now, since we have completed the chapter, I will upload the assignment for the remaining part of the chapter. और remaining part में mainly Nernst equation का और ये Gibbs free energy related का जो relation है वो cover करूंगा, और जो common types of galvanic cells है वो, उसमें भी मैंने जैसे बोला construction the cell reaction. If you are able to understand and write these two parts, then you are thorough with the galvanic cell का short note if it is asked. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Okay, fine.